Welcome into the Booty Scoot Racing channel, everybody, live here tonight in Sonoma, California. It's wine country, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready to take on the 11-turn road course here tonight. Almost 2 miles total in length for the Madness Racing League CK Parking Lot Maintenance O'Reilly Auto Parts Series live here tonight. It's the NASCAR short version, ladies and gentlemen. These drivers are locked and loaded, getting ready to go after qualifying. Let's get you down on the main broadcast cam so you can watch your favorite driver get ready to go racing here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, 30 laps is the scheduled distance for 3 sets of tires in the pits and 30 laps in field. There will be a competition caution flag here tonight on lap number 12. We will re-rack the field up. These drivers have the opportunity to go down on the pit lane, maybe try to flip the strategy, flip the stage, whatever you want to call it here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Several opportunities tonight to get points. With not as many cars showing up as we've had all year long, we got about 15, we got about 17 cars in the field here tonight at the Sonoma, California's Raceway here in Sonoma. Ladies and gentlemen, 11-turn road course getting ready to take place right here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You'll want to find it right here. And ladies and gentlemen, as we wait for the guys to begin to grid up here at the Sonoma, California's Raceway, Sonoma Raceway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get you down on the broadcast cam, let you see the remaining schedule for the rest of the season. We will head to the Richmond Raceway 2 weeks from now. It's going to be one hell of a show. Then we'll head to Texas, Iowa, Homestead, 2011, Michigan, Charlotte, Dover, and then Chicagoland. We've still got a hell of a season underneath our belts, folks. Make sure you stick around. You're going to want to find it. It'll be right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Look at these drivers getting ready to go racing here tonight, locking inside. We'll pull out tonight's starting grid and how they will shake out. Race number 4 of 12, Ty Robertson, Carter Jackson on the front row, James Fountain, Showtime, Chase Johnson less than half a second off, and 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th will belong to Cam Gillinan and Corey Tetzner, Mitchell Wilson, Nicholas Maynard, 7th and 8th, Klaus Brahm, Everett Larson, 9th and 10th, John Michael Bryan, 11th, Dagan Barnes, 12th. As we continue on down the grid lineup here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, Trent Hughes, Terry Hughes, the Hughes brothers will share the 13th and 14th place position, followed by Chris Knighty, Jackson Byram, and Tony Cook will be the final driver on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get you down on the racetrack so you can meet your favorite driver as the pace car gets ready to pull off of the grid on the pole, driving the number 3 machine, the number 9 TCSP O'Reilly Auto Parts Series driver from Coleman, Alabama, of Ty Robertson. On the outside of him will be the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Chevy Camaro of Carter Jackson. Starting in the 3rd place position here tonight, driving the number 5 CJR Volley Camaro from Greer, South Carolina. That's Showtime, Chase Johnson. On the outside of him will be his teammate, the number 24 Chase Johnson Racing Camaro from Greenville, South Carolina. The Madness Racing League road course ringer, James Fountain. Driving the number 7 Dynamo Productions from South Haven, Kansas, Camaro, Camden Gillinan. On the inside of him will be that number 8 from Greer, South Carolina, Bass Pro Shops Camaro of Corey Tetzner. Driving the number 02 Toyota Supra here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, the Maynard Motors Supra from Wilford, South Carolina, of Nicholas Maynard. On the outside of him will be the number 46 Supra from Elkhart, Indiana, Wilso Racer Mitchell Wilson. On the outside of him will be 2-time season 4 winner this season from Bristol, Tennessee, the 15-year-old of Everett Larson. Behind him on the outside will be the Racers for Christ number 41 Camaro from Porto Alegre, Brazil, of Klaus Brahm. On the outside of him will be the number 14 Midwest East Motorsports Camaro from Lucama, North Carolina, of Dagan Barnes. Driving the J Money Sense number 23 Supra from Greer, South Carolina, your mom's favorite driver, John Michael Bryan. Ladies and gentlemen, on the outside of him will be the Troy, Alabama, number 87 machine of Trent Hughes, the winner of the Madness Racing League Truck Series race last night at Daytona. On the outside of him will be his older brother, the Sunoco number 81 Ford Mustang from Troy, Alabama, of Terry Hughes Jr. Driving the number 77 Rowdy Energy Camaro throwback from Statesboro, Georgia, Jackson Byron. And starting shotgun tail on the field, the Sunoco number 82 machine from B-Town, Indiana, of Chris Knighty. Ty Robertson will lead them around, ladies and gentlemen, to the green flag here at the Sonoma Raceway. We'll bring up tonight's keys of the race as they get ready to take the green flag. You're going to want to manage the competition caution flag. That'll fly on lap number 12. Finish the race, save the right rear tire. And remember, folks, we're road course racing. Smooth in, smooth off is going to be the best option. Green flag is literally right around the corner. Green flag's in the air for the Curbs and Chaos 100 live at Sonoma for the Madness Racing League. Heading up the hill into turn 1, about 70 feet of elevation changes here tonight. Ripping through the gears through turn 2. Whoa! Several contact door slams being made, heading down the apron, getting ready to head up turns toward turn 3. Everybody's going to get close as possible down in this apron, filling in nose to tail, trying to make something shake. Heading down into the hard braking zone in turn 4, making the right-hander off of the Sonoma Raceway. Big shooting wide right there is the number 24, James Fountain. But it's Carter Jackson in the number 2 with the race lead. But Ty Robertson looks down on the inside. He'll throw the inside slide job, trying to go down the S's side by side. But Carter Jackson will think better of it as they work down the S's here at the Sonoma Raceway. No full course cautions here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Everett Larson's won 2 races here in Season 4. He's working in the 8th place spot from Bristol, Tennessee. Behind him is the Toyota Supra of Nicholas Maynard, driving the Maynard Motors Toyota from Wilford, South Carolina. The work down into the hard braking zone here. Maynard will look to the inside, a little bit of a right front lockup out of the 0-2, but he's able to get down on the inside of the 0-1 of Everett Larson. They'll battle door to door here at the Sonoma Raceway, coming to complete lap number 1. Door to door, Nicholas Maynard, though, will get beat back to the gas by Everett Larson. Carter Jackson has the race lead here at the Sonoma Raceway. Carter Jackson looking to pick up from last season. He's won a road course race here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel once before. Carter Jackson has a road course win at the Chicago Street Course in the TNA Truck Series in Season 2, I believe. Carter Jackson is looking to take the opportunity to go back to victory lane here tonight as they work down the S's off of turn 3. Mitchell Wilson has a really good view right here of this number 46 Toyota Supra putting in some work. They'll work off of turn 4 down into the hard braking zone in turn 5. You really have to get your car angled to get it to work the way that you want it to. Battle back to the gas is going to be the opportunity of a lifetime, heading through the S's down through turn 8 into turn 9. And they'll head down into turn 11, turn 10 in the hard hairpin section. Jackson Byram off of the track here, big time loose. And he'll blow turn 7 right there, the Rowdy Energy Machine, absolutely off pace right there. The battle for the race lead, those in between the 3 drivers right now of Carter Jackson in the number 2, Ty Robertson in the number 9, and James Fountain in the number 24. James Fountain has several road course wins underneath his belt. Got the win at the Watkins Glen International Raceway to kick off Season 1 of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, formerly known as the Xfinity Series. Battle off turn 11's hairpin, Nicholas Maynard, Klaus Brahm for Porto Alegre, Brazil, from Simpsonville, South Carolina, trying to make something work in his Racers for Christ number 41 Camaro here tonight. He'll work down the elevation changes up into turns 1 and turns 2. You're riding out the front nose of the RFC Camaros. He tries to run down Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard works up the here. He's got the Forever Rowdy number on board this week at Memorial, trying to make something shake at the 0-2 machine down on the bottom side into the hard braking zone. Riding on board the Wilford, South Carolina driver Nicholas Maynard. Got his hands full hard down into the braking zone, down in the second gear, possibly down in the first gear. Look at this little battle going up here in front of the number 7 of Camden Gillen, and he's got some action-packed braking zone working up in here. Corey Tessner and Mitchell Wilson going at it for position. Bow ties round out the top 5 positions on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Carter Jackson has the race lead with 28 laps to go in the Curbs and Chaos 100 live here at the Sonoma Raceway on the NASCAR short version. Look how wide Carter Jackson's able to get down there towards the pit lane entrance. The wider you are, the closer you're going to be able to cut the curb down here. Chase Johnson hard into the braking zone. Everybody else working their way down here as well. Pretty clean so far here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Guys like Klaus Brahm is the furthest one back. Here comes Terry Hughes Jr. on the march by himself from the Sunoco number 81 Ford Mustang from Troy, Alabama. Behind him is Dagan Barnes hard into the braking zone. He'll lock up the right front tire right there. You see it smoke out the right front. John Michael Bryant. Talked to him in the garage area earlier in this number 23 machine. He told us that a solid top 10 day out of the number J-Sense number 23 machine would be just what he was looking for. John Michael Bryant says he's not much of a road course racer, but he'll try to turn all the laps here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You see the Boogeyman absolutely dialed in and focused inside of this race car. Behind him is the number 87 of Trent Hughes. For 81XI Racing, Trent Hughes won the TNA Truck Series race last night at the Daytona International Raceway, made the race-winning move over Ty Robertson. The number 87 goes up the hill through the hard braking zone, trying to run down John Michael Bryant. In front of him, John Michael Bryant, though, absolutely selling away in front of Trent Hughes on the booties. I mean, not Trent Hughes, excuse me, that's Chris Knighty in this number 82 Sunoco racing machine. Back down into the hard braking zone. Carter Jackson under pressure. He'll overdrive turn 11. Ty Robertson gets hard on the brakes. So does James Fountain. They're able to actually get through the corner appropriately. They'll drive side by side through the Echo Park restart zone. Ty Robertson, your brand new leader here. James Fountain has to settle for the third place position. You ride out the Chevy roof cam of the CJR Camaro of James Fountain. Up the hill here at Sonoma. Will he put the bumper to the back bumper? Yes, he will. To the back of Carter Jackson. Carter Jackson gets big time loose off the exit of turn 2. Crazy battle for the race lead right now. James Fountain a little bit off course, sideways, downhill, heading into turn 4 on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Another one of these opportunities to make a pass, but Carter Jackson is absolutely sideways. Chase Johnson sideways as well, trying to hold on. Tessner right behind his team owner and Chase Johnson heading into the braking zone in turn 7. You hear Corey Tessner really easy and soft back to the gas. A great exit off the turn 7 exit corner. He's got all over to the back bumper of his team owner Chase Johnson. Does Corey Tessner look to try to make the opportunity to make the pass down here into the turn 11 hairpin around his team owner Chase Johnson? He goes wide here to try to get a good exit off the sweeping banking. Chase Johnson cuts it a little bit close on the outside. Who's going to get on the brakes harder and get back to the gas early? Riding out of the front nose of Corey Tessner. He'll try to plug the hole under there, but Chase Johnson defends it quite well. Ty Robertson, your brand new race leader here tonight at the Sonoma Raceway from Coleman, Alabama. We'll get you down on the racetrack, for tonight's first Madness Racing League. Sonoma, fast and loud. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, cranking it up fast and loud here at the Sonoma Raceway. Several drivers involved in accidents underneath the fast and loud. Dagan Barnes just goes off course a moment ago, and there he goes again in the number 14. Dagan Barnes having trouble here midway before the pit stops here tonight. Competition caution flag will come out with 18 laps to go, or 15, somewhere around that mark. These guys are going to have to hold it together. Right now, though, we got battles all over the racetrack. Corey Tessner looking on the inside of his teammate Chase Johnson. They're in turn 7, getting ready to head down the S's. Ty Robertson, our race leader through turn 8 right now. He's absolutely hauling. You see him sideways off of the X6. Carter Jackson, James Fountain knows the tail, trying to make something work for second and third. 24 laps to go in the Curves and Chaos 100 live here at the Sonoma Raceway on the NASCAR short circuit. Everybody that works their way down the hill have seemed to actually had some handling work their way. Nobody's gotten wide and hit this tire barrier that we talk about all of the time. Down into the hard braking zone, Camden Gilliland looking to make the pass underneath Mitchell Wilson. One of the better opportunities to pass here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, but coming into this turn right here out of turn 12, turn 11, Mitchell Wilson has the preferred line, and Camden Gilliland just can't quite compete the pass like he wants to right now, though. 23 laps to go. The battle for the race lead has dissipated. Ty Robertson pulling away by 2.3 seconds over Carter Jackson and James Fountain. All three of these drivers have at least one Madness Racing League road course win underneath their belt. Ty Robertson has a win at the Watkins Glen International Raceway, if I'm not mistaken. Carter Jackson slides wide through turn 7. Heading towards turn 8, Jackson overslides, steps on the brake a little bit too much. That'll allow James Fountain in the Yingling 24 Camaro to work down through turn 8, down the S's, to try to go run down Ty Robertson here for the race lead on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. But you see Ty Robertson not worrying about anything inside of this race car, headed towards the hairpin on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Down in the third, down in the second gear. Hogging all over the inside wall. Ty Robertson with a good exit. Here comes James Fountain trying to cut into the lead. Carter Jackson down into the hairpin. Corey Tessner finally makes the pass over his teammate Chase Johnson. Mitchell Wilson, Cameron Gilliland, and Everett Larson battle for the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th place position. Nicholas Maynard locks up the right front tire in turn 11 on the Maynard Motors Supra, but he's able to keep it out of the outside wall, and he's got it back up and moving. Here comes Klaus Brom from Porto Alegre, Brazil, trying to make something shake, a road course racer at heart. As soon as Klaus Brom found out that the Sonoma Raceway was on the schedule, he was delighted, could not wait to get to the road course race. 22 laps to go. Klaus Brom right now talking to his crew chief inside of the pit box, wanting to know what is the pit strategy call, Are we going to pit before the competition? Caution flag here on lap I believe it's lap 18, with 18 left to go. That's lap number 12 turn. Klaus Brom currently cracking in the top 10 on the Booty Scoot Racing channel live here at Sonoma, just trying to make pace. John Michael Bryant, Chris Knighty, it looks like Terry Hughes Jr., all three battle up the hill here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, trying to make something work at turn 2. The Sunoco number 81 trying to get this road course program for 81XI Racing up and moving, and trying to get it some more data so they can learn. Right now, Terry Hughes Jr. says the road course program is definitely one of the most impactful things that he's ever had to deal with. He's got one of those Maynard motors inside of his Ford Mustang here inside of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. John Michael Bryant looking to set up a pass here in turn 7, getting ready to head down the S's through turn 8. John Michael Bryant having a decent day here tonight. We'll see how he manages his way down the S's to go run down Terry Hughes Jr. with Chris Knighty. Hounding over the back bumper. Terry Hughes Jr. gets loose, goes around off turn 8, off the bottom of the S's. He'll have to turn it back around. John Michael Bryant able to keep his foot in it, though. He'll grab that free position, hounding on the back bumper of a top 10. We'll take you back up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, where the battle for the race lead continues to take place here. Ty Robertson and these guys trying to work around lap traffic. That's Dagan Barnes. Dagan Barnes being showed the blue flag to get out of the way of these folks. Dagan Barnes doing everything possible to make sure that he doesn't impede the traffic. Carter Jackson now caught at the bottom of the hill, getting ready to work their way through the S's into the hard braking zone to head towards turn 11 in the hairpin. Ty Robertson now through clear of the lap traffic. James Fountain going to try to cut up and eat the lead. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a caution flag thrown in 2 laps from now. How do these drivers elect to play it here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, with the competition caution right around the corner? Be the perfect opportunity to try to snag some track position. Mitchell Wilson battling it out here with Camden Gilliland in for the 6th place position. 2 solid road course racers inside of the Madness Racing League. Working through the restart zone behind them is Everett Larson, 2-time winner of the SPP machine. And there's the 02 Toyota Supra of Nicholas Maynard. He'll work his way through the field, riding on top of board the Maynard Motors 02 machine. You'll see Maynard roll his way up the hill here. We'll listen in and see what he's got going on. Maynard looks like it's turning pretty decent up the hill right here. This is what is one of his better sections in practice that the 02 had here, making his first start in Season 4 of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Was up in the tower calling race control admin calls for the first half of the season. We'll see how things continue to work out for him. Carter Jackson works his way down the hill. Corey Tessner trying to work through traffic. That's Jackson Byram inside of that number 77 Rowdy Energy machine. He'll try to hold up traffic, trying to get away from Chase Johnson here, who's a little bit faster than he is. Chase Johnson on the lead lap. Ty Robertson calling it early before the pit stop strategy call. The caution flag will come out here before you know it. Ty Robertson's going to try to flip the strategy call here for Fury Cam Racing. They're going to work their way down on the pit lane. Ty Robertson's asking for 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. They'll put the wedge bar adjustment to the back of the Team Conti GG number 9 Camaro. It's going to tighten up Ty Robertson here on the long run. We'll see how he works. They'll jack up the right side of the race car. It's going to be 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the Fury Cam Racing number 9 of Ty Robertson as he flips the stage here at the Sonoma Raceway, knowing that the caution flag is going to fly here momentarily. 19 laps to go here tonight at Sonoma. James Fountain, currently a race leader from Greenville, South Carolina for CJR, trying to make something shake. Klaus Brom's going to flip the stage here in the number 41 machine from Brazil. The Simpsonville, South Carolina driver complaining of a little bit of tie-off conditions where the left rear just not sticking quite like Klaus Brom is looking for. They're going to pack in a little bit of adjustment here. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel. They're going to tighten up Klaus Brom here on the long run as he'll have about 15 laps to go when we head back to the green after the caution flag. Klaus Brom's team's going to flip the caution stage here early. So as they run down here, James Fountain should come around to catch the caution flag here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. If not, there it is. James Fountain heads across the line. He will be the stage winner here in tonight's road course race and the Curbs and Chaos 100 at the Sonoma Raceway. Does it pay any points? But James Fountain going to be the first one down on the pit lane out of the guys that haven't already pitted. Pace cars out on the racetrack. We'll get the rest of the field all together here at the Sonoma Raceway. Guys work their way to the back half of the pace car. We'll re-rack them, have it for you right here in just a moment when we return on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Don't go nowhere, folks. Your favorite drivers could have an opportunity of a lifetime. Stick around. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are underneath the competition caution flag for our one and only reset here tonight in the road courses, and it is led by James Fountain. Ty Robertson did most of the leading after Carter Jackson blew turn 11 back on lap number 5. Carter Jackson has yet to recover in this number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Chevy Camaro. James Fountain will be the first one to be ringing it down on the pit lane. We'll see how the strategy works its way down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The opening of pit lane, absolutely humongous. James Fountain's going to lead them down here. Pace car will stay out into turn 11. And the guys that you should stay out on the racetrack just came down onto pit lane before the competition caution. We will see different kind of strategies take place here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. So it'll be Fountain, Jackson, Tessner, Johnson, Wilson, Gillett, and Larson, Maynard, Bryant, and 90 working their way down on the pit lane here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Terry Hughes Jr. and these guys still trying to catch up to the pace car, and we'll pick one to ride with. We'll ride with the 02 of Nicholas Maynard. He works his way down on the pit lane from Wilford, South Carolina. His crew will hop the wall here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, jack up the right side of the race car. It looks like it's going to be 4 fresh Goodyear tires, 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel for the 02 Maynard Motors machine of Nicholas Maynard. They're going to tighten up this number 02 machine, see how he works his way on and off pit lane. So battles off pit lane is already up and done. Ty Robertson flips the stage before the competition caution flag. He will come out a lap. Will come down to pit a lap before the caution comes out. What a move and a strategic call from the number 9 team. Will it pay off here? It looks like James Fountain and these guys will have about a lap and a half better tires than the front half guys. Jackson Byram will stay out on the racetrack, currently scored in the 15th place position here tonight. He is also in the lap down category. He will be the lucky dog this time around. Jackson Byram will be back on the lead lap. Bark, bark, bark for the number 77 Rowdy Energy Machine. Ladies and gentlemen, pit stops are in the book. We're going to come and grab the 1 to green and double file them up as they head down the hill back towards the hairpin in turn 11. We'll be back here in just a moment at the Curbs and Chaos 100 live at Sonoma. Welcome back on the Video Scoot Racing channel, reminding you the Home Run Cafe is a proud sponsor of tonight's race at the Sonoma Raceway. Check them out in Greer, South Carolina. Yes, they gave us their personal cell phone number, 864-561-6955. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or check them out in Edmond, South Carolina at 4 Mill Street. Ladies and gentlemen, the Home Run Cafe, hitting it out the ballpark week in, week out. You're watching the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series presented to you by the CK Parking Lot Maintenance Company in Lincoln, Nebraska. Perfecting in line striping, seal coating, repairs, and crack joint sealing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can hit them up on their website at www.ckparkinglotmaintenance.com or check them out on Instagram at CK Parking Lot Maintenance. We're back here live on the main broadcast cam after station identification. Here we are underneath the caution flag for the stage break for the one and only time we will re-rack them here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live at the Sonoma Raceway, heading down into the hard braking zone of what is turn 4. That has absolutely put down some absolutely great passing over these seasons before. You see the rubber really starting to lay down right here in the runoff area. What is track limits when it comes to NASCAR these days? These drivers are going to use each and every single inch available out there to make sure that they have the opportunity to go to victory lane. However, this is how it worked here tonight. 30 laps is what we were scheduled for here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. These drivers have 3 sets of tires, 30 laps in fuel. So they were right on the money of not being able to finish the race on gas. However, though, the competition caution flag, which we are currently under right now, flew on lap number 12, coming to lap number 13, which will leave these guys with about 15 laps to go when we head back to the restart zone. Ty Robertson's going to be our race leader after he elected from the race lead to come down before the caution flag and try to flip the stage sort of kind of in a way. But that is A-okay because the guy on the outside of him, James Fountain, took the race lead because he was currently in second at that moment, come down on the pit lane at the caution flag, and he's back out on the front row. Would expect these two guys up front to battle hard here on this restart. This could be the opportunity for the win here tonight at the Sonoma Raceway. Heading back towards the Echo Park restart zone, Peter the Pace car will hang the left here in turn 11 at the hairpin. You are getting ready to watch the restart here tonight at the Sonoma Raceway. 16, maybe 15 cars still stand out on the racetrack. Restart coming. Maynard goes around here on the front straightaway. Whoa, what happened right there? Maynard gets spun around on the restart. Green flag is in the air. Ty Robertson stumps on it. Ripping through the gears, heading up the S's here. 60, about 70 feet of elevation riding out the front nose of the number 5 Chase Johnson Racing Camaro. James Fountain steps on the gas. It is jingling number 24 Camaro, but he gets a little bit loose. Hard back down into the braking zone. Robertson clips the apex curb right there. James Fountain closes the gap, but Robertson fights back. Heading down the hill into turn 4. It's going to be a hard braking zone. A perfect opportunity for Robertson to grab the race lead back from Fountain. Fountain proceeds the track limit, swings it wide right there. Fountain trying to get the best opportunity for the run off of turn 4. Heading down to the brake area in here in turn 7, down on the bottom side of the racetrack. The number 24, James Fountain, has the race lead heading down the S's. Robertson, Jackson, Johnson, Wilson, Tessner, Killidan's how they ride down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Chris Knight, he goes around at the top of the hill. Nicholas Maynard got turned around there on the restart, coming to the green flag. You see the right rear quarter panel damage to the Maynard Motors 02 Supra. He's in the 13th place spot. He'll have to work his way back up through the traffic. Dagan Barnes, the car in front of him, he's got some work to make up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Heading off turn 11's hairpin, heading towards the Echo Park restart zone. James Fountain, after the restart, gets the number 24 out there. Had a beat and bang a little bit for it. Overdrove turn 4, but he got him the race lead. He's up the hill here tonight at the Sonoma Raceway in the Curves and Chaos 100. Carter Jackson settles in for the 3rd place position. Ty Robertson in 2nd. Chase Johnson grabs 4th. Mitchell Wilson now trying to hold off a hard charging Corey Riptide Tessner. They'll battle up the hill, back up the elevation change in turn 3, heading third, turn 4. Mitchell Wilson's got the car, guys. Number 46, Toyota Supra. Tribute to Kyle. You better smile for Kyle, but Corey Tessner shoving it for his position. Whoa, Johnson, big time wide on the track limit right there. Almost caves in the left rear quarter panel. Left rear lock up right there for Everett Larson and the number 01 Chevy Camaro, 2-time winner here in season 4. He's got to work his way back into the picture here. John Michael Bryant, Terry Hughes Jr., Nicholas Maynard. It's gotten around Dagan Barnes. He'll try to work over the back bumper of Jackson Byram, who blows the corner here in turn 8, heading down the SS on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Nicholas Maynard, Terry Hughes Jr. will be the next battle in line for that position, but right now he got Corey Tessner all over the back bumper of the number 46 Supra of Mitchell Wilson into the hard braking zone in the hairpin. Tessner able to wrap it down on the bottom. Mitchell Wilson gets shoved wide. Big time loose off the corner. Some excellent road course racing taking place here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Back down here to the hairpin turn. Hughes and Maynard go at it. John Michael Bryant starting to work his way back up into the picture. He's cracked the top 10 here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Nobody sparing each other an inch here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Klaus Braun, big time loose on the bottom of the hill. Everett Larson, door slams Mitchell Wilson up the hill. They'll head down towards turn 4. Holy cow, folks, nobody was expecting this on the restart. I can almost guarantee it. Holy cow, if you're not loving this, make sure you press that like button, press that follow button. You don't want to miss a thing. Terry Hughes Jr., Nicholas Maynard going at it now through turn 4. Heading off turn 5, Hughes goes wide, Maynard on the inside. This is going to line up to be a pretty good battle down the S's. Can Hughes fight back on the outside in this number 81 Ford Mustang? Maynard in the Supra plugs it down on the bottom side. Neither one of these guys going to spare each other an inch. Both of them running Maynard Motors inside of the race car. Maynard hits the apex. It's a battle down the S's side by side, quarter panel to quarter panel. Hughes not going to move over for Maynard. Maynard's not going to move an inch for Terry. Terry's little brother winning last night at the truck race in Daytona. You best believe that Terry Hughes wants a win for himself for 81XI Racing. Look at this battle off the S's. Heading down into the hard braking zone here at the Sonoma Raceway into turn 11. It's going to be a big one. Hughes tries to shut off the air to Maynard. Maynard's able to get there. Maybe a little bit of contact made right there between these two drivers. Some excellent racing going on here at the Sonoma Raceway. Meanwhile, Chris Knight sees this battle take place in front of him, and he's looking for an opportunity to make something shake as Maynard looks like he'll clear Terry Hughes up into the hill into turn 1, riding out the front bumper of Terry Hughes Jr. This battle will concede itself pretty quickly here. Dagan Barnes, Jackson Byram, two teammates battling it out here up the hill. The number 77 trying to work something around. Klaus Braun went around in earlier tonight's event. The racers for Christ, number 41 in the 14th place position. Trying to rebound here. Looks like Klaus Braun may have gotten into the 0-2 there on that restart. That may be the damage that you see on his car. Look at Chase Johnson trying to defend the 2-time winner this season of Everett Larson. This has been deja vu all year long. These two guys have been battling for wins since the drop of the green flag season 1 race 1. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this hard braking zone right here. Camden Gillidan once more. He's looking into the inside but can't get enough. Dagan Barnes, Jackson Byram going at it at the top of the hill. Terry Hughes Jr. and his 81X iRacing teammate, and Chris Knighty going to battle down the S's. Camden Gillen's fought hard here tonight in his Chevy Camaro on the road course, and we didn't really know what to expect from the South Haven, Kansas Camden Gillen. He actually came in here tonight for RSR, and he's actually had a pretty decent race up to this point. The number 7 standing strong in the 7th place position, trying to find a way around Chase Johnson, who right out the front nose into turn 4. Camden Gillen will look to the inside of the number 5 into turn 5, head down the S's here in turn 7 and 8. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody, again, sparing an inch here in the Curbs and Chaos 100, and it has been everything. Just, wow, look at that move. Camden Gillen shoves his nose into a space that's apparently there, sideways down the hill. Mitchell Wilson in the car, guys, number 56 Super, trying to make something shake. Maynard will get around John Michael Bryant through turn 7 and 8. This will move Nicholas Maynard from 13th to 9th in about 3 laps. This 02 Super has got some speed in it. Does he have enough to run down the driver in front of him? And Mitchell Wilson and these guys battling it hard through the hairpin. Battle up the hill, Gillen in on the inside of the number 46 Super of Mitchell Wilson, but it's Everett Larson at the top of the hill trying to run away with it. He's got Chase Johnson right behind him trying to make something shake. John Michael Bryant into the outside wall off of turn 11. Battle back up the hill through turn 3, heading towards turn 4, excuse me. It's Johnson trying to run down this guy up in front of him. That's Everett Larson, but Corey Tetzner almost goes around at the front of the zone from Everett Larson. Corey Tetzner not going to be happy with the way that he was just raced right there from Greer, South Carolina. The Black Rifle Coffee Company, whoa, gets another door into the braking zone, getting ready to head down the S's into turn 8. Tetzner losing positions here late with 10 laps to go in the Curbs and Chaos 100. Everett Larson now has moved up to the 4th place position, looking for his 3rd top 5 on the season. This SPP Camaro's got some absolute speed in it. He's being chased down right now by Chase Johnson. Chase Johnson, not really known for being a road course racer, but he's got several wins underneath his belt in the official series in sports cars and Formula. Camden Gillen right now trying to hound down and keep behind Corey Tetzner after Corey Tetzner has some issues in the past lap and goes around. Mitchell Wilson starting to lose ground here. Nicholas Maynard heading down in towards the hairpin zone. He'll have John Michael Bryant on his rear end. The 02 Toyota Supra works on the bottom side of the racetrack. John Michael Bryant has a better turn 11 than Nicholas Maynard. This gap's getting closer and closer lap by lap. 9 laps to go at the Curbs and Chaos 100. Well, right now it's James Fountain with the race lead here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel, still leading it at the Sonoma Raceway. James Fountain needing 9 laps left to go here tonight in California to grab his first O'Reilly Auto Parts Series of Season 4. And it could be a road course one at that. Could you imagine James Fountain and the excitement that his team would have going back to victory lane? This is where James Fountain cut his teeth on the road course. He's starting to swing wide right there. James Fountain said that the car is really starting to become unstable through the corners. They're now listening to the 24 that he needs to adjust the brake bias dial, but do not go too far. You'll start to lock up the right front tire on this number 24. Right now, though, it's Ty Robertson hounding over the back bumper for the race win here tonight in California. Ty Robertson trying to play peekaboo, play a little bit of cat and mouse with James Fountain, changes lineup a little bit. James Fountain gets hard on the brake right there. Ty Robertson can't compensate fast enough. He'll lock up the left front tire. They'll battle off of turn 3, heading down to the S's, up into the top half of the hill into turn 4, heading down towards turn 4. This time around, the Yingling 24 sideways off the top of the hill. Battle for the race lead, possibly the race win here tonight. James Fountain, Ty Robertson, 8 laps to go on the Curbs and Chaos 100 into turn 7, working towards turn 8. Does James Fountain have enough left in this number 24 to make something work? Ty Robertson cut the strategy on the pit strategy call, knowing that the competition caution was going to fly on lap 12. Ty Robertson pitted 1 lap before the caution flag dropped for the track position. He started as the leader, but James Fountain's 24 has fired off good all night long. and he's got the race lead, increasing it big time through turn 9. Down through turns 10 into turn 11 to 24. James Fountain really able to hold it through there. Gets a little bit loose. You're right on board the 24 as he heads up the hill here at Sonoma. James Fountain being ran down by Ty Robertson. Lap traffic up ahead of Dagan Barnes and the number 14. Take that bow. Camaro, he's got damage on the left rear. We'll see how James Fountain tries to merge his way around the traffic. James Fountain gets a little bit loose there, and Barnes swings wide on the outside. He'll blow turn 4 on purpose to let the leaders fight for it on the way back. Robertson on the inside of Fountain now. Battle for the race lead. James Fountain's got to try to defend out of turn 7. Getting ready to head down the S's through turn 8. Robertson now has the race lead. Fountain starting to lose the right rear tire a little bit on that race car. Behind him in the distance, Carter Jackson trying to get around, taking Barnes. Big time loose on the racetrack. He's off the course on the apron. Well, this battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th has now worked its way down the hill. Nobody giving an inch. It's led by Larson in this number 01. Gillinan follows, followed by Johnson, Tesner, and Mitchell Wilson. You can throw a blanket over 4th through 8th right now at the Sonoma Raceway. Nobody giving an inch. James Fountain spins into turn 11 and goes around on the Booty School Racing channel. Went to back that ass up for the replay. Take a look and see what happened to James Fountain. Just got passed by Ty Robertson at the top of the S's and tries to make the move back on Ty Robertson. Slams on the brake, gets it to the left rear. Ty Robertson and goes around. Back here on the main broadcast, Cam working their way down the S's into the hard braking zone of turn 11. Everett Larson in the 0-1 trying to defend his position from Camden Gillidan. James Fountain losing touch there, taking Barnes, trying to get out of the way. Heading across the line, we're going to have 6 laps to go on the Booty School Racing channel, and the battle right here for the 4th and 8th place, but through 8th place spot cannot be separated. This might deserve our first battle box here tonight with 6 laps to go. None of these drivers have wanted to give the inch here tonight. Chase Johnson of the number 500cars.com machine trying to get around the number 7 of Camden Gillidan. They'll work their way down turn 3 into turn 4, Dagan Barnes, the lap traffic will swing wide out of the way of these 5 guys battling it out for position. This is the battle for the 4th place position. Everett Larson trying everything he knows possible. Adjusting on the brake bias, changing his lineup, braking zones differently to try to keep the cars behind him. Nobody is sparing an inch late here in the Curves and Chaos 100. Live here at the Sonoma Raceway at this asphalt oval 11-turn road course. Johnson once more around Camden Gillidan into the bottom of the S's in turn 10. Heading towards the hairpin in turn 11. Chase Johnson's going to have to defend big time. He'll close the gap in front, the front nose. Bumpers applied by Camden Gillidan. Battle for the 4th and 3rd place spot. Holy cow. Camden Gillidan puts the bumper to the back of Chase Johnson. Heading across the front straightaway. Still door to door. 5 laps to go in the Curves and Chaos 100. Corey Tessner looking for an opportunity to use this as a chance to make some more ground around the guys he's racing. He's trying to work around Camden Gillidan. He'll get it through the braking zone. Camden Gillidan's going to have to hold on. It's Camden Gillidan maybe used up a little bit too much. Goodyear rubber here late down into the braking zone. Everett Larson starting to pull away from Chase Johnson. But it's Ty Robertson with a race lead coming down turn 10, getting ready to head towards turn 11 from Coleman, Alabama. Looking for the opportunity to grab the win here tonight, his first one of season 4, and go to victory lane at the Sonoma Raceway. It only took 3 races for Ty Robertson to get his name to the contention here. Ladies had an opportunity in the previous races, either had it taken from him later, maybe had some kind of unfortunate circumstance, but Carter Jackson slowly now starting to eat into the back bumper of Ty Robertson. We'll check lap times this last time around. Carter Jackson pitted on lap 13, so he pitted with the caution flag here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and he just turned a 120.993 compared to Ty Robertson's 121.427. James Fountain turned a 127.27. Really fast, almost a second faster than the race leader, Ty Robertson. Fountain just got a little bit too greedy into turn 11, got too hard on the brake, locked up that right front tire, and spun it around. And Chase Johnson and these guys now work down the S's. Everett Larson starting to pull away by about 2 or 3 car length gap, but Chase Johnson will close that up big time into the hard braking zone of turn 4. Heading towards turn 5, Johnson, Gillett, and Tetzler's how they round out with Mitchell Wilson still in tow with this battle. Corey Tetzler starting to lose a little bit of ground in this number 8 Bass Pro Shops machine as he's battling handling conditions. Look at him get sideways at the top of the hill. Fountain works around Jackson Byron there, the lap car, up into the 3rd place position. Carter Jackson, 4 laps to go in the Curves and Chaos 100, trying to work around and get Ty Robertson for the closing laps for a chance to go to victory lane. We'll check the lap times this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ty Robertson heading lap traffic in front of him, 120.198 for Ty Robertson. So 121 for Ty and a 120.0 for Carter. So Carter Jackson about a 10th faster than Ty Robertson that last time around, and visually it doesn't appear to be shrinking, but you damn sure bet it is coming close. Carter Jackson is going to need to be perfect for 3 laps for the opportunity. He's got lap traffic right up ahead of him. Terry Hughes Jr. for 81XI Racing is going to elect to run a 126. He's about 6 seconds off the pace right now for 81XI Racing. He'll allow the leader in Ty Robertson to scoot right on by. Will he do the same for Carter Jackson? Battle down the hill through the S's. Mitchell Wilson absolutely sideways right there into the braking zone of turn 4. Everett Larson trying to hold off Chase Johnson and Camden Gillett in 4-way battle for what's going to possibly be the 4th place position here tonight. Everett Larson up 6 spots from where he started tonight's event. He'll be the Hard Charger Award if it comes down to it. But right now, though, he's going to have to defend hard around Chase Johnson, who's starting to find a rhythm here late with 3 laps to go. Ty Robertson heads across the line. He's got another lap traffic car ahead of him, and Chris Snidey. Carter Jackson looking for the opportunity of a lifetime. He needs to be perfect here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Checking lap times once more. 121.520 for Ty Robertson. Carter Jackson will turn a 126.95. So almost a second faster for Carter Jackson that last time around. Ty Robertson in jeopardy of losing the race lead here late. Carter Jackson continues to need to be perfect here late. It is still anybody's ball game here, breaking down into the hard zone of turn number 5. 2 laps to go in the Curves and Chaos 100 live here at the Sonoma Raceway. Ty Robertson has the race lead heading down the S's. Carter Jackson trails behind light traffic of Chris Snidey. Chris Snidey will swing to the left really wide and let Carter Jackson work his way on by. Ty Robertson now has one more car he needs to deal with here tonight, so he's scotch-free home through lap traffic. It's Klaus Braum in the number 41 Camaro. Klaus Braum will brake early and allow Ty Robertson, the race leader, to work his way on by. Carter Jackson now. White flag is in the air, presented to you by AFLglobal.com. Last lap here tonight at the Sonoma Raceway. Carter Jackson needs to be perfect if he wants an opportunity. He'll turn a 126.77 through the traffic. Ty Robertson just a smidge, a little bit better that last time. Could let traffic be the difference here late. Last lap here at Sonoma. 9 corners left to go. Larson, Johnson battling it out for 4th. This could be the difference between the extra points here tonight. Tetzner gets around Gillen finally here for this battle. James Fountain's going to have 3rd place if he can hold on. Carter Jackson trying to put into the back bumper for the final time. Heading into turn 7, getting ready to head down the S's in turn 8. Ty Robertson, Carter Jackson have been the fastest 2 cars here tonight in Sonoma. The Curves and Chaos 100 live here tonight in California. Ty Robertson sits on the pole. Runs the fastest lap here late in the race. Fury Cam Racing down into the final corner for the final time here tonight. Ty Robertson down the second gear, down the first gear, through the hairpin zone. Carter Jackson in the mirror. But it's going to be Ty Robertson working up turn 11 for the final time here tonight. Checkered flag is in the air. Ty Robertson wins it at the Sonoma Raceway. Ty Robertson wins it here tonight at the Sonoma Raceway, live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel in his number 9 TCSP Camaro. Carter Jackson will bring home the second place position for Rising Sun Racing. James Fountain leads some laps here late for Chase Johnson Racing. Oversteps it in turn 11. He'll grab P3. P4 will go to Chase Johnson with a move late around Everett Larson. Everett Larson will grab the Hard Charger Award. He'll finish 5th here tonight after starting in 10th. Camden Gillidan will finish in the 6th place position, followed by Mitchell Wilson in 7th from Midwest E Motorsports. Corey Tessner will grab P8 here tonight, followed by Nicholas Maynard, who will cycle back to the race lead front for P9 here tonight. John Michael Bryant coming around the top of the hill through the hairpin to finish tonight's event. He'll be P10 when it's all said and done. Klaus Brahm grabbed P11 here tonight, but it's Ty Robertson working back towards the front straightaway here. He's going to burn it down for you fans on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Press that like button and that subscribe button so you don't miss a damn thing in the coming weeks. Ty Robertson will win the race here tonight in Sonoma. And we're hearing from the admin there will be no driver interviews here tonight, as we got some commotion going on the radio between a couple drivers. We will let that all be figured out and straight, so we'll keep it PG-13 friendly here tonight. Ty Robertson wins it in Sonoma. And Carter Jackson will ruin Ty Robertson's burnout, but Ty Robertson's going to continue to burn it down here on the front stretch. What a showing for the number 9. Fury Cam Racing put on a show here, leading 18 laps, of the 30 scheduled here tonight. He's going to burn the motor. Ty Robertson wins it here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel in the number 9 from Coleman, Alabama. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Booty Scoot Racing channel with the post-race show. Camaro, Chris Noddy's 81XI Racing brings home the 12th place position in his Ford Mustang. Terry Hughes Jr., the team owner, working backwards down on the pit lane here. Not entirely sure what he's got going on, but he'll bring home the 13th place position here tonight for 81XI Racing. Dagan Barnes, driving the Midwest E Motorsports number 14, will bring home the 14th place position. The 15th place spot belongs to the number 77 Camaro of Jackson Byron for Fury Cam Racing. He couldn't get the race that he was looking for here tonight. Trent Hughes will bring home the 16th place spot after winning and hoisting the trophy last night at the Daytona International Raceway in the Truck Series. Tony Cook will take the start and park points here tonight for the road course, just trying to climb his way up the standings. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ty Robertson wins it here tonight at the Sonoma Raceway at the NASCAR short version. And we had one caution flag for the competition caution, 7 different lead changes for the Sonoma Raceway. You couldn't ask for any better. Ty Robertson wins it here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll see you 2 weeks from now and see if we can't bring up the remaining schedule where we head to the Richmond Raceway. It's going to be one hell of a show. Then the Texas, Iowa, Homestead, Michigan, Charlotte, Dover, and then Chicagoland. This has been the Booty Scoot Racing channel live here in wine country in California, reminding you that we are not responsible for your DUIs. We'll see you tomorrow night.